I'm Tree and this is Stitchless TV. Because it's Fashion Revolution Week, today I've got a very simple refashion your dad's old t-shirt sewing tutorial. My daughter, she really loves all this Brandy and Melville style cropped tops with the stripes on them. So using an old t-shirt and a bit of fabric, which could be from another old t-shirt that has a stripe in it, but it doesn't need to have a stripe in it. You could just have a single colour stripe or do a few of them. So I'm going to show you today how to do that. So what we're going to do today is, using that old t-shirt, we're going to really professionally insert a piece of fabric that has a stripe on it inside the t-shirt like that. It really is easy. So I've ironed the old t-shirt, and particularly I have pressed a line down it. Okay, so I know where I want to put my strip of fabric, which just so happens to have a nice stripe in it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut up these side seams. I'm not going to bother with unpicking. I'm not interested in unpicking. I haven't got time. And it's not going to make a difference to the size of my t-shirt. So you've got to cut up both sides very close to the actual seam line. Now go right up to the armpit like that. Now look, that's that line that I was talking about that I pressed that you can just about see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, oh scary stuff, I'm going to cut in a straight line along that pressed line. And then I'm just going to pull it away just a little bit. Like that. And then with the fabric right sides together, so this is the right side of my t-shirt, that's the right side of my strip that I'm inserting. Because I want the stripe to go from this red line here to there, I've added like a bit of a centimetre seam allowance on either side of that line. So I'm going to line it up with the line that we just cut. Now we're just having a stripe on the front of the t-shirt, not on the back. So that's why we've only cut it out of the front. So when I've laid it in place and I feel that it is how I want it to be, I'm going to give myself just some very small little notches which will be cut through both layers. So it's cut through the t-shirt fabric and the fabric that I'm inserting. Now the reason why I do that is because I don't want to use pins and I want to keep track of my fabric when we attach it together. Now we're going to use the overlocker to attach this fabric. Now whenever I'm applying ribbing or inserting lace or fabric into fabric, I always want an overhang. So I'm letting it overhang by an inch or so, and I'm going to get this in position. It's going to be an awkward position for me, but for you it will be an easy position. So I want my edges lined up. I'm using the overlocker because it's quick, otherwise known as a serger actually, because it's quick and it will be a stretch seam. But it doesn't really need to be a stretch seam. You could just do a zigzag stitch on a regular sewing machine, But if it's a really loose, baggy top, you can just do a straight stitch or a lightning stitch. So what we're doing here is we're lining up our strip. Now I want to chop it off at that point. There, so I'm going to drive in, and then when I'm happy with the position, line up my notches, and hopefully I'll be sewing along that line. Now I don't have to do any stretching or anything, because the overlocker, the stitch will just be a stretch stitch anyway. So look, lining up my notches. Right, so we end up with this. Now we've got to line up the bottom half of the t-shirt with the bottom half of our stripe. Right, so we've done this, looks like that underneath. Remember, you could have used a zigzag stitch, lightning stitch, or if it's a loose fitting top, you can get away with using a straight stitch. Right, we're going to get the bottom of the t-shirt now, and we've got to attach it onto here. If you want this to remain as a regular man size t-shirt just with a stripe in there, then just fit it along the side seams and see how much you need to trim off here to make it the right length. But we're going to be making it as a cropped top. But anyway, forget about that for now. So I've laid my bottom half of the t-shirt down, but I want my fabric right sides together, so I've got to flop it over so it ends up being right sides together. I'm going to line it up with where the other one was attached, so in line with the side seams. I'm going to line everything all up. And then when I'm happy with the position that it's in with the strip, then I'm going to start doing the notches like we did before, as my way of keeping track of it all being lined up properly. And then when you've done that, do the same as you did before. But you're going to sew it on this side now, because you need to be able to see where the stripe finishes. I still can't decide whether to keep it as a big t-shirt or not, so I'm not going to think about it right now, and I'm just going to deal with stitching up the side seams. So keep your fabric right sides together, so your top is inside out, okay? And just start in the armpit, bit past where you cut up your seam, and just overlock it down, or zigzag stitch, lightning stitch, or if it's a loose fitting top, you can get away with a straight stitch, just about. But you always use a ballpoint needle. So we are sewing from about there, coming down, centimetre seam allowance, going all the way down the side seam and the other side seam. And I'm going to use the overlocker. So I've done the side seams and I've pressed them as well, okay? Don't underestimate the power of pressing. Now what I do want to show you is this, okay? So for this 2-inch strip that I've put in here, and remember I had a little seam allowance on either side. For those that do want to keep it as, you know, the normal length of the original t-shirt because they don't want to deal with the hem, that's what the difference is, look. So there's about 1 inch of difference. So what that means is at that point where we were attaching our bottom half, if I'd have chopped off 1 inch off the bottom section before I attached it, then everything would have lined up really nicely at the bottom when I stitched the side seam, yeah? And then you wouldn't have had to do anything with the hem. But today, we want a boxy cropped top. So I am going to have to do a twin needle hem. Well, I don't have to, I want to do a twin needle hem. So I'm just going to do this by eye. I want quite a large hem, so I want the finished length to be about there. So I'm going to cut it about an inch longer. So I'm going to overlock this edge. I overlocked that edge, which is a bit loopy because my thread came out. And whenever I do a twin needle, I always press my hem up first because it makes it a lot easier to sew. So now we're going to twin needle this hem, which is easy. So when you do a twin needle, you need to put another spool holder thing on your machine. Now I have got a tutorial on how to do twin needle when you don't have one of these, and I do it on a little mini Janoni mini JL machine, so you can go and watch that. But basically you just change the needle, you put the two threads down, you split them, and then you put them into each needle of the twin needle. But watch the tutorial of how to use a twin needle. So we're going to use this to hem our top. So find a place to start. I usually like to start at the back, near to the side seam, but not on the side seam, okay? Now I'm lining it up with, I can sort of feel my overlocked hem there. Look, there's my overlocked hem, and I can kind of feel it. And even though I'm not on it. and the plan is that you centralise your twin needle stitch to be on that overlocked line. Now what's really important, I don't know if you can see, but we're stitching the hem from the top side of the fabric, okay? And then underneath will be the bobbin thread, okay, which does like a zigzag stitch. So as usual, I'm in an awkward position, so let's see how we go. So you use only a straight stitch, okay? So it's a straight stitch, and I'm following where I can feel the hem underneath, the overlocked line. And if you're unsure, then maybe be a little bit on this side of that line. So you just keep sewing. I mean, I do sometimes stretch it a little bit, but for this shot, I can't get my hand in. So would you like to have a look? Let's have a look. It does give a very professional finish. Now you just keep doing that all the way round the hem. Now I don't really like going backwards and forwards with the twin needle. It often gets knotted up, so I prefer just to over sew a little bit of where I started. Right, so I want you to see this, because things aren't always perfect, okay? So this is the back side, this is perfect. Look how perfectly that's done. But do you want to see the front? So the front wasn't quite so perfect, but the thing is, so look, so it didn't land exactly in the right place. Look. But it doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. So before I pressed it, so when I'd finished sewing it, I pressed it. But before I pressed it, this looked a bit twisted. But look, see how you can sort of ease it out and press it, and everything's fine. So, what do you think about that? It is a bit of an amazing transformation. So you must admit, from that scummy old horrible smelly t-shirt, no, I shouldn't say that, from that old t-shirt to this, quite easily really. It is a brilliant refashion sewing project. The reason that we were doing a kind of upcycle refashion thing today is because this week it's been Fashion Revolution Week, and it's supposed to be a week where we think about our clothes and who made our clothes and where do our clothes come from, or who's making our fabric and how are they making our fabric, and the impact it has upon the environment. Refashioning clothes is obviously a very good way of extending the life of your clothes. So before you decide to throw away your old t-shirts or dresses, just take a second look at them and view it as fabric and how you could transform it into something else. And then when you do that, remember we've got really quite a lot of refashion and upcycle clothing videos on Stitches TV. And I will put a link below to a playlist with many such videos. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe because it makes me look good, and hopefully you'll receive some sort of notification when we upload, and I'll see you again very soon. Also, if you have any realistic requests for sewing tutorials or refashion tutorials, please feel free to comment below, and I always respond eventually. Thank you for watching, and see you again very soon. Bye! Oh, always ask permission before you go chopping up somebody's t-shirt. Bye!